their streams might be off by a couple seconds, but we'll let you guys know if it's a really close race what the official SRL times are.
Yep, only 20 bucks here in Link's house, and we are off towards Hyrule Castle. Gonna be checking out the secret passage. Pretty standard route. Picking up the sign, take out a guard, pull the tree.
Poultry? Thanksgiving's over. There won't be a turkey in there.
You know, some people have poultry for the winter holidays, like Christmas time.
Yeah, like the one that Scrooge bought for Bob Cratchit. Got him the turkey.
There you go. I'm sure that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yep.
And we do have a vanilla sword, by the way, at the Uncle, and 50 bucks in the secret passage as well. So looks like Jet's gonna take that sword and go straight to escape. An interesting choice. I mean, you're here, and you have the ability to clear it quickly. Let's do it.
And maybe he feels comfortable going through the dark rooms as well. Especially, I mean, with a sword is just one of the best items to have to navigate the dark room without lantern.
Got a cool map here in Sanctuary Chest. And Makinx is heading towards Lumberjack now. See if Aghanim might be required here. I always love seeing like fetch quests at Aghanim. Makes for some like really agonizing decisions. There's the fire rod! You heard me. Fire rod in escape. That's huge. And only a piece of heart at Lumberjack.
Or heart, piece of heart? Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Something that they're not going to bother getting, yeah.
I can't pull a fast one on you, man. You noticed.
It's 4 pieces of heart, basically. Well, not exact, because you might not get a refill.
Having a fire source early on is really nice, though, and it's also really good for getting through the dark escape sections. We might see Jet do a death warp here and check it out.
Yeah, speaking of. So you don't get the little light cone that you would get from Lantern, but if you know where the torches are, you can use Fire Rod to light them, and they will illuminate the entire room. Oh, he's taking some damage. He's almost dead, folks. He doesn't have any bombs, though. He left the green guard up, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got bombs.
What about those bombs? I don't know, Cross.
Well, he's
check
still...
your eyes here a little bit.
If he finds a key in the dark room, he'll be able to continue further on and get the 3 chests in the side room. So he'll want to make sure he's got at least 1 bomb for that.
Speaking of bombs, Makinx loaded up on some bombs here after going to the Lost Woods, so he's set. I believe that was like a different prize pack for the...
Oh, ooh. So there's the glove. So even if there's a small key here and no lantern available, the Jet will be able to get the side room chests. So he needs a small key to be there. He'll be able to get to the side room chest, which he will think is outside of the logic right now, but with Makinx finding the glove, they are actually within the sequence game season. But it all depends on getting a small key right here to see what he gets.
Yeah, that's super important.
And, oh, there it is.
Oh, he does get the small key.
And I don't see a select menu, so he's gonna continue forward and get those side chests that Makinx will easily be able to get by just a save and quit.
Other things that Makinx can easily get are things that are accessible by flippers or the blue mail, because he just picked those up.
Oh man, he's got the blue mail. If he gets iron boots, then he'll be able to check underneath Lake Hylia.
See? Seems good.
Negative 95 rupees at the bottle vendor.
Not bad.
Nice. Jet found the torch.
Found the torch, found the rat with the key. He's checking the back of escape here. He'll be probably a little annoyed once he Makes his way over. Oh, and there's the 8 bomb drop. Nice.
Oh. Wow.
Whoa. Bow and mirror.
The D and the backwards D.
Yeah.
It's a backwards D. Like a backwards lowercase d would be a B.
Close, yeah. And I think Jet's gonna take that bow and head straight to Eastern. We did see a map check here. We have red pendant at Eastern, green pendant at Desert, and Crystal 5 up in Tower of Hera. So, we do have a bunch of pendants here in the Light World.
And with Jet's mirror and Makinx's glove, fine, they'll be able to get Tower of Hera. It'll be a sequence break until Flute or Lantern is found, but... Oh, wow, that's clutch. A sword upgrade already, too.
Sword upgrade is huge, yeah. And if we do find that lamp that puts Aghanim in the logic for getting to the Dark World, maybe even see that Moon Pearl on the pyramid or something. Just kidding! There it is!
Found Sahasrah's marbles.
Yep. Man, we're just finding awesome items left and right. Couldn't have the fabled Stoops Jet Seed.
See, like, Jet's got this unconventional route going into Escape, and he can go into the Dark Room to go, like, beyond to the side room. But, like, he's finding all this good stuff, which is good for him. But he missed some good stuff by not going to the village either. Didn't get flippers or Master Sword or a glove yet.
Right, he is gambling a little bit here on this Eastern Palace play because it is a pendant. So it could, you know, if it ends up being a bit of a waste of time, you know, he has to walk through this whole thing. I mean, you can find a lot of good value here because it is accessible from the start, but...
Makinx is going to get the bow and the mirror the way the game intended for him to get it.
Right, well, we don't know that because...
Well, Lantern could be...
We don't know where Lamp... Yeah, Lamp could be somewhere free.
Yeah. But speaking of which, Jet's play right now, I think the best he can hope for is finding something good beyond the Dark Room, because that will give him... So, like, whenever you find a major item from a sequence break, it gives you extra information. So I think that's going to be the best thing that Jet can hope for. Meanwhile, Makinx is about to get at least 7 items. Gonna check the dam for 2, and then the mini Moldorm cave for 5 more. And these are things that Jet probably won't even do until after you go in the village of Kakarika.
Yeah, I mean, this is I think Makinx is kind of playing more traditionally. Jet going for kind of more on-the-fly play.
Makinx forgetting he can erase his blocks with the mirror he just picked up. But now it's a menu versus a screen transition. Yeah.
We did find the big key in Eastern, so a lot of these will be items or, I believe, a map. Not much at the dam, but Makinx is going to go ahead and pick up some cash here. Do you want to grab as much money as you can in case you can pull off a Zora play? Oh, there's the compass. Okay.
So whatever else Jet finds in here will be behind Lantern and Logic doing the sequence break here. Although, I don't know how useful that actually is. Because it's just going to clue you in on where Lantern is. And if you're comfortable with Dark Rooms and you already have Fire Rod, then Lantern doesn't really matter.
Well, it depends what item you also find here as well. So, like, if you find... you know, a glove upgrade or something here, then you know that, like, all of the mitts, like, you know where Lamp will be, kind of, you know?
Yeah, you know, that's what I'm saying. You'll know where Lamp will be, but knowing where Lamp is a little less important than, say, doing a fake Flippers, which clues you in on where Flippers is, which you might need for Swamp Palace. Of course, you already found Flippers, that was just an example.
In this case, since Jet already found the Fire Rod, I agree with you. But if you hadn't found the Fire Rod, you know, Lamp can be your only fire source required to unlock the Fire Rod. Yep. And using that Fire Rod to light this area up is very convenient, because that room could be really tricky in Eastern.
saw a really cool strat in that room. I forget who it was, but he shot an arrow at the Cyclops while its eye was closed. And then when he opens his eye and start moving, you just see like the arrow sprite move towards you so that you know he's active.
So, Ice Rod Cave was a bust. Eastern is starting to look like a bust, but we do have Armos here.
Makinx doing the fake flippers.
Yeah, I like to call those flippers.
Say hi to Cross Products waifu.
Nice to find some hearts there. Get some health for Makinx, but Jet is rewarded with a piece of heart and a red pendant. We'll see if that red pendant comes back into play later for the pedestal, but probably not what he was looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry. Looks like Makinx cracked the book there.
Literacy in the Waterfall Fairy Cave. Nice. I missed that first chest, so that was a good catch.
Thanks, chat.
Now, that could potentially mean, with all the information we know right now, that could mean that Desert could be available and completable right now.
Right, because we have Fire Rod as well, yes.
It's just Boot that could be a problem. That's a Lake Hyria.
Shoutouts to V Toll.
Yeah, we're seeing Jet just do the whole loop that Makinx has already done.
Yeah.
$20 at Hobo. Where's Makinx gonna go from here? He could
I'd say
head
probably
over to Eastern or something. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Could try to press that book advantage and go to Desert, because it does have that green.
Did you say press the book?
I did.
But I don't know if the printing press has been invented in Hyrule yet.
I don't know. There's a book. There's a library. Guess that doesn't mean there has to be a printing press.
There's like one library in the entire kingdom, though.
I mean, it's got a lot of shelves, but only one that you really care about.
Right, so that's some. Bro, all we're looking for Dark World access at this point is either the hammer or the second glove upgrade. And if Makinx heads over to Eastern here, we're not going to see Titan's Mitt or hammer or on either screen for a little bit now. Where do you think the runners will go next?
I feel like Desert should be the play logically, but Death Mountain could be a fine play. You know, with a sequence break.
Yeah, I was thinking Death Mountain for Jet. Makinx book might actually do Desert. That's a good point as well.
Right. I imagine Jet will finish like everything that Makinx has done. Like, he's gonna do all of Kakariko. He's gonna go down to South Shore, check out, you know, the damn mini Moldorm. He'll find his flippers and all that, and then he'll probably just do all of the water stuff as well. So, I don't know. These guys may end up syncing up here fairly soon.
South Shore, isn't that in Arathi Basin?
Sure.
What? Yeah. Other zones, Hillspread, Foothills. Never mind. Nobody plays WoW anymore.
I was never a WoW kid, sorry. All over my head.
But hey, who cares about that? Because this is A Link to the Past item randomizer. Yeah, I don't know if you've not seen to the Past item randomizer before? Like, where have you been for the last year? But it's basically a Link to the Past as you knew it as a kid, or as you're reliving it on your SNES Classic. But the items have been shuffled around, so it creates all new puzzles every time you play the game. So it's brought new life to one of my favorite games from my childhood, and I just love it so much.
It's super cool. And you can have all sorts of crazy situations. You can play on different difficulty settings. There are different modes that make you think in different ways. People from the community have created plandos or planned randomizers that can challenge you in so many interesting ways. It's a lot of fun to be a part of this community and play this thing. And watch other people play.
Speaking of plandos, the website now has a customizer, so you can design your own, item distribution layouts and put them right in on the website. Make ROMs. You can't make ROMs. You have to get your own ROM and patch it on the website.
Correct, but you can make your own planned randomizer and challenge your friends or other people from the community to play them. So that's definitely a fun feature that was just added in with this version 27, and developers are very active about updating lots of things. So Jet just picked up his Master Sword, and Makinx is making his way towards Armos, which we know really just gives him a red pendant and a piece of heart.
And you called Jet heading down to the dam in Lake Hylia. Looks like you were right.
High density, man. Like, these are locations you don't want to miss because they can be huge for progress. And with those flippers, I think that's also encouraged him to go in this direction.
The only thing I would think is better, though, would be the fact that you can go into Harriet and full clear a crystal dungeon with that.
That's true.
And Jet shows us one of our Japanese 1.0 exclusive glitches by erasing that block with the mirror. It's as easy as it looks. You just equip the mirror and spam Y. Keep mashing the Y button while you push a block. Just make sure you don't do it inside a dungeon.
Jet says no to $20. Gonna go to Mini Moldorm. Makinx almost at Armos Night. I'm kind of interested to see where he goes from here.
I think Desert's a good call, like you said. At the very least, he'll pick up the item Genus Cave and the item on the ledge if he wants them. Not guaranteed to get an item inside the palace without having those boots.
But he could get some valuable intel.
True.
About the completability of Desert.
The completability of a pendant dungeon. But
but hey, if boots are required, and like he could read what's on the pedestal. Like, what if something's at the pedestal? Then he knows boots are required.
Yeah,
it's pretty big information to have. But that may not be his priority at the moment. He's probably going to look for progress as soon as possible. Because getting to the Dark World is really where things open up, and doing Aghanim in the dark is just probably something these guys are not willing to do, because that's their only way to the Dark World right now.
Oh, Jet taking a little dip there. Swimming, cut the corner on that land, plus swimming's almost kind of like a dash item. It's like water boots. And increase your speed. So I think you can actually swim faster than you can walk.
Finally, we're seeing Makinx go to escape. This is actually a strong play for him because we know he's going to find that fire rod. That will probably incentivize him to go to Desert, I think.
And here Makinx is actually going to win some time over Jet because he will determine that small key is in a dark room and he won't have to go in there the way Jet did. So it's basically one chest that he doesn't have to go out of his way to check because he'll figure out what's in there, since he's already checked the back half.
Right. What's funny is Jet actually has not picked up the chest in Sanctuary because he knows it's a map. So he has a little bit of edge there as well because of his routing. But it's a matter of walking 3 feet versus going through the entire castle. Oh yeah. It's just funny that situation came up.
Yeah. So if you're playing Randomizer at home, folks, always remember in the bottom half of Hyrule Castle, counting Aghanim's Tower, the bottom half, one of the chests always has a small key and one of the chests always has a map. That includes the chests Makinx is checking, one in the dark room, 3 in the bombable side room, and the one in Sanctuary.
Like you predicted, Jet is taking that old man.
The old man almost like walked off the cliff.
Yeah,
Take me home. Here you go, old man.
It's like, give me your money, or you're taking a dive, old man. He paid up, $50.
And Makinx does not have to set up a death warp. Well, he doesn't know yet. Could see the small 300. I think Jet's gonna grab that for Zora.
Yeah, he could decide to do Hera first, and then maybe come back down, but it looks like he wants it now.
If it were me, I
him.
would surely forget to pick them up.
Yeah, that's the risk you run. Is if you leave stuff behind like this, you'll forget. So I get it.
Or maybe he's just really hopeful that Hammer will be in Tower of Hera, so that he can finish out the east side of Death Mountain.
That would be pretty amazing. But, I mean, we also have Ether Tablet we can... Oh, he can't check Ether Tablet. Oh. Interesting. That could be a big thing between the two of these players.
Yeah, even if it's not important, just the fact that Jet's not going to know what's there.
Right.
It's going to be...
And if it is important, it's going to be like that loose item that you really just don't want to see. But, yeah, Makinx going straight for Desert Palace. This could be... This could be it. It's between Desert and Hera, but the thing is, where Jet is a sequence break. Now it'll be interesting if Makinx finds like the lamp in here in Desert. That would be pretty interesting to see.
I'm a bit of a kleptomaniac myself. I turn around to pick up drops. He's not falling for that 8-bomb drop though. He's already.
He knows he's full. Yeah.
Oh, small key. This will open up more chests.
Yeah, we got a small key in Hera, so we're gonna be doing that Hera basement for the big key. We also found a compass early on, so no items so far, but we will be able to full clear this.
The map. So, there's no big key here, then big key has to be on the torch. Ah, shut up, Cross. Anyway.
This is full clearable.
Yes.
But we might be leaving an item behind on the torch.
But he'll be able to see what it is.
Right, exactly.
Oh man,
right.
I love that trick that Jet's doing. It's just a heart container. The little AFK on top of the block. You can see that trick and many other tricks on both of these runners' channels. So if you want to give them a follow, these guys are doing randomizers all the time. Alright, so Makinx, if he decides to go kill the boss here, he can get a second item. But it is a pendant.
Yep, since we found compass and map. But remember, this is also the green pendant, so he could gain an extra item at Sahasrara for turning that in. So that could be pretty big. This could be what he needs to progress. We don't know. Because again, he's doing stuff that's in the logic. Jet is doing stuff that's outside the logic. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just that probably a more likely chance of finding something that does create progress, or maybe, you know, intentionally gets him to Hera.
Did Jet find 2 items already, or is he not comfortable with the bootless bomb jump?
I think he's just gonna fall down, yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty big risk. You fall down 2 layers if you mess up that bomb jump.
Yeah, falling 2 floors could be devastating. Oh, the hammer!
Oh my
you were
gosh!
right!
I called it like 10 minutes ago. Not really 10, but like...
Probably like a few minutes ago, yeah.
Jet getting those 300 rupees before coming to Hera was the correct play. He just didn't know it yet.
That's amazing. So yeah,
So
East Death Mountain is available. It's a lot of chests.
And it's a sequence break, Dark World access.
True.
Well, you won't be able to get to the Dark World portion of Death Mountain without Gold Glove. And Jet, knowing his Moldorm math, he knows he needs 3 spin slashes and he'll bypass the enrage phase here. Caterpie caught.
Makinx going for some sword spins.
I'm sorry.
Out of magic needs
Weedle.
to watch the health here.
Yeah, he's got a banana hat.
He does. He's down to the last landmo, so that's good.
Jet was captured Weedle. Makinx is captured Caterpie. Alright, let's see if this little detour was worth it for him.
Oh.
Okay.
Ow, the
So this
flute!
means 2 things. One, obviously Makinx can fly around really fast, which is awesome. The other thing is it took the sequence breakness out of what Jet's doing right now.
It does, but it could be a required and important item if Misery Mire is not the last pendant, which is probably likely, right? So that could be extremely important. Jet does need to make his way over to Waterfall Fairy Cave and get the book,
Right.
which leads to...
There is an alternate way to get into Desert Palace, but it requires having, which is in Desert Palace, so that book is 100% required for Jet right now, but...
We did see our first bottle here in Spiral Cave, so that could unlock an item at the Sick Kid, and it's a nice safety to have, too.
So if you kill all the enemies in there with Fire Rod, does that make it Spyro Cave?
You need to be at least like one of the Dragon CO or Dragon Master, like one of those guys.
One of the custom
if
sprites?
they're doing it. No, one of the players.
Oh.
We have like a bunch of players with Dragon in their name. Because otherwise, then you have to be Spyro the Dragon, right?
I like how we recently named this the Paradox Cave. Because you go up and you go up the stairs and it takes you to like the bottom entrance.
It is a fun looking cave. If you try to wrap your head around what's going on there, you're not gonna have any success. But Jet has decided to peace out after not really finding anything other than that bottle, so we might see him turn that in, see if he gets a good item out of it. In the meantime, Makinx is taking that flute, and he is heading to check out the Sahasrahla item. Makes sense. Push your advantage while you have it.
Honestly, oh, he didn't get the hammer yet. It's hard. Choosing. So Jet does have that hammer. So
he might go straight into the Dark World.
Well, yeah, Jet actually can full clear Palace of Darkness right now, and he just walks past Makinx's wife.
Turns his back to her.
She doesn't actually tell on you unless you walk into her. Like, you can stand right in front of her and let her walk into you, and she doesn't tell on you, but if you walk into her, she does.
Yep. Jet also has the capability to full clear Skullwoods and Thieves Town with the equipment that he has, so...
True.
I think this area is pretty lucrative and gets you a bunch of crystals, potentially, because only one pendant in the Dark World.
Right, and keep your eyes peeled to see what it is. Jet will very likely bring his map up once he comes into this portal here. And what we're looking for, I think, more than anything, is whether Misery Mire is that last pendant. It's not.
It is. And Skullwoods is the pendant, and Thieves is Crystal 6. So that actually unlocks the Big Bomb and the Pyramid Fairy very quickly.
Yep.
Jet
so
already
that
has the
is
other
required
one.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, and Flute is required, officially. Jet's gonna have to make his way over there, but he's going for the Skullwoods play. He's all in.
This is a version 26, version 27 meme. It's always value in Skullwoods.
Value Woods, man.
It's going like straight to the end first.
He is.
He's seeing if there's a vanilla big key first, I guess. Although technically the big key could be behind the monolith. since he has Fire Rod.
He could also choose to go and beat Moth. Having a little trouble with this statue can be tricky. Only finds a key.
That's actually good. So if he goes down into like the area where you fall into the hole, and he doesn't find a key in like the top 2 chests, it'll save him from having to walk around through the pinball room, as they call it.
Did you
I learned
catch,
all
what
these
was it,
room
Ether
names.
tablet, by the way?
I didn't see an Ether tablet check from Makinx. Hopefully he'll remember to do so after the dungeon.
I thought he did.
Maybe.
I just glanced away because I was looking at what Jet was picking up. Apparently, Piece of Heart. All right, so
Okay.
something that Jet will worry about later that may lose him time, but right now it's not losing him any time. What's also kind of interesting is Jet will miss out on the pedestal information here. But he's like almost going all in on it by making this play, I feel. Like, because he didn't check the front half of Skull Woods.
Interestingly, I think he put off he put off Waterfall Fairy because he didn't have the rupees for Zora, and now he does have the rupees for Zora, but he still didn't go there. But he always, you know, it's never a bad strategy to prioritize dungeons either.
You can combo with Catfish too, which can be a big play.
It's true.
Knowing that you have the mirror. Only a compass here at Moth.
If he's got boots, that's also going to mean the Flank Shori, Bonk Rocks, and King's Tomb on the way up there too.
Definitely a solid fight from Jet there on Mothula, but man, he has not been finding stuff so far.
Gonna get a bomb jump from Makinx here.
Chest. Ooh. Nicely done, earning himself that hammer. That is Dark World access for Makinx. The legit way, I guess. The non-sequence breakaway. I feel like Jet's got to be thinking about, like, there's got to be a lamp or a flute somewhere, you know? Maybe it could be at Zora. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Or maybe some of the Flippers locked locations.
Oh. Troll Dorm strikes again. Actually, Jet's overworld routing is going to be really good here. I think we're going to see him go into Skullwoods, do Village of Outcasts, and clear out the south end. The only thing that...
He might do North Dark World, like take a quick stint over to the Bumper Cave and like the Graveyard Ledge.
The big kink in Jet's overworld routing right now is that he doesn't have Gold Glove, so he won't be able to do, like, say, Frog and Purple Chest and Digging Game. He'll have to choose one or the other, because if he goes to Digging Game, he won't be able to get back up to where the Frog is. Well, he can't do the Frog without Gold Glove anyway, or... Never mind.
Unfortunately, Makinx struggling here with Troll Dorm. Troll Dorm not playing very nice. This is a required crystal, so you want to just knock this out, and it is crystal 5 as well.
Funnily enough, Jet actually did just go through the pinball room, though he could have avoided it by grabbing the extra key from the...
But he has found both items, I believe, is a full heart and some bombs, so he's out of Skullwoods. He doesn't have to return. Maybe he has to come back for the pedestal, but that is rough. Cannot catch a break against this Troll Dorm. Makinx still has that big advantage of having the flute.
True.
Don't count him out, even if he's taking some time here.
Hey,
there's the lamp! What? We need the cape to get the lamp.
Yeah, so now cape is placed. Well, we don't actually have any sequence break items anymore because Makinx on the flute. It's funny. So one of the things that you have to keep in mind while watching a randomizer race is that players are gaining time over one another on different occasions. There's the cape. C is for cape. So if you're watching a normal, like any percent run, runners are, sometimes there's some route diversions, but runners are more or less going to take the same paths. And you can see in real time who's ahead. With Randomizer, you know, you see people gaining time here and there. Like, we saw Makinx gain some time over Jet by skipping Dark Room and Hyrule Castle, but they happened like 20 minutes apart from each other. Then we saw Jet gain time over Makinx from an easier Moldorm fight. You know, but so the time that they gain over each other isn't really synced up. So I think it's kind of interesting to, you know, count here and there where runners are getting advantages.
Yeah. But I think a big one is just being able to flute around. That's a pretty huge one right now. I mean, for what Jet's doing, he doesn't really need it, because he's just able to walk around and clear a bunch of stuff, but that's going to catch up to him quickly over time. So
since you can't flute in the Dark World anyway, you know,
right.
If you're doing Dark World overworld clearing, then flute doesn't matter, but it will eventually, and it is a key component to getting one of the crystals. Mire.
Yeah, and Mire area or the dungeon itself could hold some important items too.
Oh yeah.
So far, nothing really in Thieves, but we did find that cape outside in Village of Outcasts. So let's.
Think he'll get the lantern?
It's an interesting question. I mean, it is a little bit time consuming to do Bumper Cave. So if you know the dark strats, then yeah, maybe it saves you some time if you can get him down quickly. But otherwise, I would probably go get it.
Oh, the little metro, right? I would say he gets it without. Obviously, he gets it without. If he doesn't have Fire Rod, but the Palace. I think, in my mind, the Palace of Darkness 6 Terror Pin room is probably the hardest individual dark room, but there's a torch in there that you can light with a Fire Rod. So I think it's down to how he feels about the Mire dark rooms more than anything.
Yeah, Misery Mire can be pretty tricky as well. And we're seeing Makinx already doing some dark strats here for the old man.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say Jet does Northern Dark World after this, unless he finds Gold Glove. Then he does Southern Dark World. We'll be able to do the frog in Gary's lunchbox.
Yeah, if we find like a vanilla mitts or something, that could be pretty crazy. Because then he does get Graveyard Ledge. He could actually swim over to Catfish, and maybe.
And then he can clear out the.
Oh yeah, you could do
Zora
Zora and stuff. That's clever.
Which will get him Book, which will eventually lead to the flute that he doesn't.
But then he's missing out on Hype Cave, which Makinx is about to go collect. Can we get some hype in the chat for Hype Cave?
Alu Hype Cave.
I'm hype. I think there's gonna be something good in here. These guys are missing a good number of things. At least like a medallion. Give me something.
I think the best we're gonna see in here is a mail upgrade, maybe like silver arrows.
Oh, those are still pretty nice to have. There's a full heart.
5 heart containers would be good.
Oh, rip that. The sword upgrade!
Oh my gosh. I'm kicking myself now because I was debating whether or not to throw in sword upgrade or silver arrows and I chose wrong.
That's huge. Tempered is a nice upgrade to have. I don't think Jet's gonna miss that one, but you know, being without it for a while can hurt. It's gonna speed up Makinx's Mothula fight if he does decide to do it.
Just the Chumpus. The East Town big chest there.
And we do see Makinx going for the old Stumpy here, and I guess the digging game, along with Haunted Grove.
Yeah, and unless that digging game or the Haunted Grove has Gold Glove, he'll have to mirror and flute away to somewhere else. Cannot go south to north Village of Outcasts without Gold Glove.
Right.
Or major glitches.
He can choose to go into Swamp, but he won't be able to finish it without the hook shot. He can check Bombo's tablet while he's down there if he wants.
What kind of cruel seed would have a hook shot in Swamp Palace? Vanilla game?
Half the seeds that we see in Randomizer and the vanilla game. I think that's the only reason that it's cruel, is because when it's vanilla.
You heard it here first, folks. Alucard's a chocolate fan. And we do have the Northern Dark World check for Jet. I think that he gets... Especially because he doesn't know if he's going to get silver arrows or a sword upgrade for Ganon, Lantern, well, 2 bottles, doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's definitely going for it. It makes sense. Like, you haven't really been in the tricky dark dungeons. Looks like he's just gonna tank the damage here.
So he doesn't have boots, so he's gonna do a bumper boost. He's gonna uncape while inside the bumper hitbox, shoot down toward the exit. So it's gonna be really cool. Watch this. Boink! I love that.
It's super fun. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're like in the exact center of the bumper, could you like get soft locked in there? Dude, these murder dactyls.
They are.
He got hit 3
wretched.
times and is like dead.
Vicious.
Alright, so Makinx has already done a map check, so he knows Skull Woods is a pendant, but he might be thinking Value Woods along the lines of Jet's thinking. Or he might check Pedestal first.
Straight to Pedestal. I mean, he has the mirror. But this is valuable information. Maybe he'll consider not even going for Skull Woods if there's nothing at the pedestal. That could be a play as well. But here we go. We're going to check that pedestal. What's here? Just a little piece of love. Aww. That's unfortunate.
A shield. Oh, come on. It's worth an item fanfare. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to pick up a shield, but if it's right in my face, I'm gonna pick it up. No boots, so he'll have to leave King's Tomb later, but it'll be easy access if he gets Gold Glove as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to walk out of here, which is painful. Makinx deciding no, Skull Woods is not worth it. And we know it's not really worth it, so this is gonna pay off for Makinx for now, as Jet makes his way over to Catfish, which we haven't seen yet, so this is going to be exciting. And we may even see Zora, which I don't think has been checked either.
It has not. Makinx did not have enough money when he went up there.
Interesting.
Jet having to go around the long way. Sands / Gold Glove.
Question is, once he finds this book, will that lead him to desert?
Come on, Vanilla Quake.
Is that what we want?
I want Vanilla Quake, and I want it to not be required.
Well, sorry. It's just a piece of heart. Looks like we're going to check that waterfall cave as Makinx grabs his cape here in Sea House. So he won't have to do like a double dip over at Bumper Cave. So that's kind of nice for him.
Makinx already did south.
He did.
Good. So we still need 1 or 2 medallions, Ice Rod, Cane of Samaria.
We need mitts. That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, mitts. And Hookshot.
Hookshot is a big one. Yep. And Red Cane.
Bugnet.
Bugnet, yeah. Definitely need that.
Hug. Jet finds something good here. Oh.
No, sir. Just a piece of heart. Gonna grab it. He spent the money for it. Might as well take it. And where are you going from here, Jet? Might be thinking about Pod.
Hype Cave?
Oh, true. He has not done this Southern Dark World area. So maybe he'll clean that up and then go to Pod. Oh, just kidding.
Okay.
Hobo? Nope.
You know what, actually? Oh, wow. I just thought of something. Jet should know roughly where Flute is. If he's doing his math, follow this. Jet got up into... Unless Gold Glove turns up somewhere, Jet got up to Tower of Hera, which is where the hammer was, which gave him access to Dark World, which he should not have been able to get without Lantern. Since he found Lantern in the Dark World, he should realize that either Flute or Gold Glove is going to pop up in the sequence before Dark World.
Yep.
So,
especially after that Zora check.
Yeah, I honestly... Maybe the wheels are turning. He's just like looking for something to do mechanically, and this is by no means a waste of time. He has to finish. He has to clear out Pod, and he can do so right now. But I suspect that he's going to check Desert immediately after this, and like in his mind, knowing that either Flute or Gold Glove has to be there.
Now, what's unfortunate for him is the Sahasrara check. He's walking right by Sahasrara here without the green pendant, doesn't get an opportunity to turn it in. So if he had gone to Desert first, obviously he didn't know if he could complete it, but if he had grabbed that green pendant, he could have knocked that out. We might see him go back and turn that green pendant in later once he completes Desert, which we know he has to do.
Did Makinx check Sahasrara? I thought
he did. He did. It was not worth it. I'm just saying that routing-wise, this could come back to bite Jet.
In the same way, Ether Tablet, it wasn't worth it, but he wasn't able to combo that with Hera.
Exactly. It might just be something that's on his mind for a long time, and then you think about it, you just want to get it off your mind, you just go do it, and then rip, you know? And it's out of the way, you're just wasting time.
So yeah, I'm curious, you know, and if we get a chance to interview Jet after this race, if he kind of realized the implications of his sequence break by this point.
Yeah, it's really important to realize what you're doing, because it can really help you understand, you know, where things are and speed up your run in general. So if you do that sequence break, you can get even more information than just the sequence broken items.
Yeah. I think that's the better advantage you get from is the info if something important's there.
Agreed. But Pod has 5 potential items in here, 5 unique items, so this is a big play as well. And it is a crystal, so I think it's strong. And as you said, yeah, he's probably thinking about what other options he has after this. This is a pretty good candidate for Mitts as well.
Yep.
I think the other one would be Swamp. I think Swamp is gonna quickly be on people's minds here.
You just...
Soon.
That's the definition of a Stoops Alu Seed, is going into Swamp when you can't finish.
Hey, you can do like half of it. It's not too bad.
I mean, it's not like the pure first chest is hammer Stoops Alu Seed. Same general concept.
Oh, man. I'm a fan of Swamp. Especially with the trolls. Let's go in Swamp and find Mitts and then leave. And then Hookshot's Mitts locked. And then come back in, you get like Red Cane or something. I don't know. Those are fun. I like those things. Makinx about to find his lamp. Gets to do it on the first try.
Yep. Oh, and we got the Justin Bailey NES color scheme for Jet there. Just picked up the red mail. The true Samus.
And there's the Mitts!
You said that was a thing!
I called it. It was a good candidate, man, and there it is.
So if Jet's doing his math, he knows absolutely without a doubt that Blue has to occur before Dark World access.
Or it could be on Pyramid, maybe? No, it can't even, because of
the lantern, yeah. The lantern would be required to get through Aghanim's tower, according to the logic. Oh, we're gonna see that bumper bump. Ready?
Yep. And we did see Powder in Palace of Darkness as well, so Pod pretty loaded here with a nice mail upgrade. We had, of course, those big gold gloves and Quake as well. Wow.
So yeah, definitely Pod. Yeah. Dungeon. Where to be. So I also want to point out how convenient it is that Gold Glove and Powder are together, because it means a magic bat check along with taking Frog home. You're gonna do some overworld routing.
That is convenient. You don't have to just like go to Kakariko and then hammer the peg and go over there that way for the magic bat. So nice. Well, we're still looking for a lot of items. Like Jet's missing the flute, which we know is in at Landmo, which Makinx has collected. So that's a big advantage that Makinx has right now. Not really impacting Jet's progress, but now with those mitts, getting to Mire is a problem. You know, you gotta go to Desert. But we know by his sequence break logic, he might be able to deduce where that flute is. Yep. However, his advantage is having mitts and Quake and stuff. You could see it as a disadvantage maybe because he might just check a bunch of other stuff that he doesn't need to, but still a strong play.
So since Makinx is clearing out Skull Woods, which we've already seen to be empty, and Jet is making his way to a boss, there's a couple rooms to go before we see any new info. Now's a good time to head over to the runners' channels and give them a follow. Can say hi to them, but they should not be reading their chats, so leave them a message that they'll see probably never.
Solid turtle room from Jet here at the end of Pod.
Yeah, even with Master Sword, real nice.
Tapping into his inner NMG. See if Makinx goes for the shield upgrade. I know you were disappointed in Jet on that one.
I mean, it's right there. It blocks arrows. I mean, I personally, like, and if they happen to find another one in a chest, like, I personally love having a fireball shield for the Landmo 2 fight.
Oh, and there is the shield for Makinx. He went for it.
Confirmation confirmed, validated.
So that pod was huge. 4 kind of major items.
And Makinx is probably going to go there now.
Powder and Quake are arguably not major, but those are unlock new things potentially. So
Makinx right on Jet's heels, whereas Jet just needs, basically once Jet finds Flute, I think he'll be caught up to Makinx.
Yeah, we'll see if he heads over to Desert Palace. Well, looks like he's going somewhere else.
Oh, Hobo?
Yeah, I think it's Hobo, or maybe Ice? Could be an Ice play. Or maybe Hobo and then Ice, because he did get the mitts. He has Fire Rod, he has Hammer. He can full clear this. Not a bad play.
That's a pretty good play. The only thing about finding the flip first is he might think to check Mire Overworld before doing this, but I think that there's still enough items out there that an Ice Palace full clear is likely on both ends.
Yeah, and by full clearing Ice Palace, you prevent yourself from go moding it, which is maybe unfortunate for Jet if he finds nothing in there. Makinx, with his flute already, may be able to just bypass that if he puts off Ice Palace for a while.
That looks like you were right. Ice Palace is going to be a little tricky to route without Hookshot or Red Cave, but I think if you just do, the standard bomb jump in the Firebar room, to get past the orange pegs. Then you can fall down the hole and go backwards through the locked doors. You don't have to worry about having hookshot, if I remember.
But the second part of the dungeon is the tricky part. Like, if the items that are kind of on the right side of the dungeon, which are hammer locked, like all of that area where like vanilla big key is, that can be tricky to get to without hookshot. You need a well-timed bomb jump, or you need to grab a key and mirror out. Like, those are your options, basically. Or find a key early on in the dungeon. So if he does find a key here at this Penguin's room or in the Freezor room, then he's going to be in good shape.
I did not realize those guys were so scripted like that, but Jet's obviously showing some practice, so...
Yeah, I've seen bombs in the other Pengator room, but this... Not this one, but the other one that... We might see that from him later, but, like, yeah, that first room, that was tricky, and he did it.
Of course, bombs, I think he could just use Quack. I think ducks don't like the Quack, so...
I think Jet just wants to hammer Cold Stare, that's...
That's true! We did see him practice that face.
I think that's the reason he's here, personally, but we'll see.
Alright, so Makinx is going to try to get through Palace of Darkness efficient here. Don't know if he can... Don't recall Jet making any major mistakes in Pod, I could be mistaken.
I don't think so.
But, again, it's one of those, I'm trying to see, like, where runners are gaining time over each other here and there in small parts, so... Just wondering if Makinx has any time to gain on Jet over here.
Well, he has the Tempered Sword, which I think is a big advantage for killing Helmasaur King and a lot of these enemies. So I think that's kind of a huge advantage that he has just in general.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Over Jet. And this is the Pengator room I was talking about. Unfortunately missed that last one, but he slashed him into the bomb. Nice. And here's the situation where Jet doesn't have a small key, so you can't just go through the door on the right there and get all the items.
Unless he knows a bomb jump.
He's gonna have to do a clever bomb jump here to get through here, and a lot of players at this stage of the tournament do know this. But it's a tricky one to do, and again, is a sequence break. So you have to be understanding of what you can potentially find here. Like, can you find the hook shot? We don't know yet because we don't know what the Freezor chest is.
Right. Also, I think actually walking across those spikes is another sequence. Oh, he's got a cape. Never mind.
It is a sequence break, yes, but yeah, since he does have the cape.
Yeah, if you don't have an invincibility item like cape or burner or hook shot to fly over the spikes, it's actually a sequence too. Since the logic is worked out such that, you know, you should not be required to take damage at any point, I think is, you know, the reasoning behind it.
It's because the OKO modes exist, one-hit KO, where you die in one hit. Those modes exist in the randomizer, so in order to accommodate them, there needs to be logic in place like this. Mostly because B-Torp likes OKO, as he's saying in chat. A lot of keys. Nothing exciting too far so far in Ice Palace. But Jet has a couple more chests to check and the Cold Stare himself. So Makinx has gained his Titan's Mitts, his Quake, his Powder, his Red Mail. He's all set. He's gonna go take down King Helmasaur, and again with that Tempered Sword should be pretty quick. Ice Palace, big chest with a key. So he will likely check the Ice Tea room or the chest with the 2 blue jellies.
And as he set up the bomb jump, he has to come through the doors backwards.
Correct. But he can just double back and then fall down again, so it's not too much wasted time.
True. So you either have to do the bomb jump and go through all those doors backwards, or not do the bomb jump and have to have the keys and go through them forwards.
Right, and that can be a little tricky when you don't have red cane. Like, you still need to do the bomb jump and push that block. Unless he finds the red cane right here. Yeah, that's his only option to get
Or,
through
do it the way the game designers intended, plus bomb jump.
Nah, we don't do that here. There's Ether! Whoa.
Before double bombos?
Oh my god. That would be pretty troll.
So, was that 1 or 2 items so far in Ice Palace?
I want to say it's 2, but I could be wrong.
Actually, I think Jet's got all the keys, right? Because there's the crystal room, the door with the stairs, and then the one on the east side of the cross spike room.
Yeah, and he's coming over here to grab some magic. Yep.
Which he's gonna need in full magic to break through the ice barrier of Cold Stare, since he does not have bombos or half magic.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's in his bottles. He might have a green goo.
I think it's a red and I definitely remember a red potion.
Yeah, and I remember that fairy at the start. Okay, so I guess not. Here we go, Cold Stare fight. Where is Makinx going from here? Is he gonna go to Meyer? This could be a big play. Pushing that flute advantage. He's going to Meyer.
Jet not even using the hammer, despite... Oh.
Now, what would be troll is if Ether is required for Misery Mire. That's what's... That'll be pretty funny here.
Oh,
but it's Quake!
Got it!
It's Quake. Odd with the value.
Again, it's always good to clear Crystal Dungeons, which Jet's doing right now, even though all he got here so far was Quake and the Mushroom.
Oh boy, it looks like we're gonna go on a fetch quest, folks.
Yep, I heard there's a song that someone did one time. I don't know it.
It looks like there were only $300 and an arrow upgrade in the Meyer shed, and we're gonna take a peek at Checkerboard. Another arrow upgrade there. Jet has a couple fetch quests actually to do if he wants to do powder and that mushroom. Those are both available right now. But he's going somewhere else.
Is he doing your classic swamp play, or maybe
classic
just Bombos tablet?
He could do Bombos tablet into desert. That could be a neat play.
Oh,
we haven't seen Bombos tablet. Look at this sink! Both of these guys going straight into that portal. That's cool, but going in completely different directions. Could see a big bomb.
Oh, Jet tempered sword, get.
Ah, he realized he hasn't been to Hype Cave, so he's gonna get his tempered sword. Makinx is gonna take that big bomb.
So one item that we haven't really talked about that is potentially required is the Pegasus boots. Now, we've already seen Desert Palace and know it will not be required to finish that. But there is always a chance we have that Ganon's Tower big key on the torch. That would make it required. Oh, we also, Misery Mire is another big one. Hookshot is behind Misery Mire, or inside.
That could be rough.
Which would be required to get in. Plus, there is the one chest in the Hookshot Cave that can be accessed with boots. Is that what they need to do?
Maybe, but we need to find some boots first, man. That's what we need to find first.
Is that Hookshot? Or Silvers?
It's the Hookshot immediately!
Oh, man.
Wow, right on the pyramid. Jet's checked, like, everything around it.
Wow.
And so I imagine when he goes for the big bomb and the pyramid fairy, he will find that. But
yeah, that's definitely going to send Makinx in the Swamp Palace, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Swamp's got to be a huge play here. There's got to be something in there, right?
Yeah. Just like I was saying, they're not going to get in Mire.
Yeah.
So
you can also elect to go up to Death Mountain because there's a lot of stuff up there in the Dark World. Plus, he can check what the medallion requirement is for Turtle Rock, which could be Ether, which could give Jet an edge here. Or it could be Bombos, and then we could be hunting a little bit more.
Yeah, I definitely favor information gathering. So, whether it's information through sequence breaks like Jet has, or flying up to Turtle Rock like Makinx may do. Just so you know what's going to be required. And Jet is heading into the desert now. So he will find Flute here if he chooses to complete it and kill the Caterpies there.
Yeah, we know this is a good play for Jet. He just needs to follow through with it.
Oh, yeah.
And he may have deduced by now that this is where Flute has to be, which is good for him. Because I don't know what other, Light World location he hasn't checked at this point.
Yeah, he just checked the Venus Cave.
Exactly.
Jet not tempted by the 8-bomb drop. Hey, he missed that button somehow. What the heck?
We are seeing Makinx clean up these locations. Not going to be happy with what he finds over at Zora after an unhappy catfish. But that hook shot was huge on the pyramid,
yeah.
So...
And this is time that... Oh, sorry.
No, after you.
This is time that Jet is gaining on Makinx right now as well, because he combined Catfish Zora with the other stuff. But again, I mean, Makinx finding the food early, though, probably makes up for it.
Yeah, agreed. But Jet has still been making good progress. He's got 4 crystals down, 2 pendants, and he's about to get his 3rd. But, yeah, this is... It's still good progress for Jet. It's just Makinx is starting to check a lot of these locations that Jet has not checked and get a lot of information.
Yeah, and you called Makinx coming up here, and I again think it's very wise for him to come up here, if for nothing else but to know where that medallion is. So whether he comes up short on items or finds value, the knowledge of the Turtle Rock lock will definitely be worth the trip.
I agree. And it is a lot of items. It's 6 items that he can check. He can even get the one on the floating island, but I think we saw that was not worth earlier.
He's going to do a cool hookshot clip here. I love this one.
You had to jinx him, didn't you?
Wait, I think we have an emote for that.
That's the one.
Shout out to Doodoo Dude also. Definitely got to give him some love for doing the tracking today. And he's been doing a great job, even picking up the boots in the waterfall fairy that the commentators missed.
You mean the book?
Yeah,
but yeah.
Paying attention, dedicated, the unsung hero of the Restream squad.
Absolutely, doing an amazing job keeping up with everything. And
yeah.
Jet is indeed following through on the desert play, by the way. I'm sure everybody could see, so we know he's going to get his flute. I think he knows he's going to get his flute, too. But it'll be interesting to ask and hear about it. Now, I want to say that was Ether on Turtle Rock? No, it was Bombos! Uh-oh! Uh-oh.
They're not worth. So that could eventually spell a Go Mode Ice Palace for Makinx, which is good. See, now he's got the Fireball Shield because he was diligent in picking up the small shield. Thank you, Makinx. Your Land Mode 2 fight will be much easier.
Well, Jet's Land Mode fight was pretty easy there with that Fire Rod. Takes him out, grabs the green pendant and his flute. He's in pretty good shape now.
Oh, Makinx, did he not check the Ether Tablet before? Or is he going to Spike Cave?
I think he's going to Spike Cave, but didn't want to get bodied by the Lionels.
Alright, he's really going to want all the health he can get. So I got that mirror dodge. That's a nice Oko strat, by the way, when you're going from Turtle Rock. Nice one-hit KO strat. That thing will kill you in one hit. So you use mirror to dodge it. And it's tough to get through those guys with Master Sword. You're doing low %.
So we haven't seen the Spike Cave check. This could be pretty huge. Jet's going to activate his flute pretty clearly here.
Bombos or a Red Cane. Did Jet turn in that mushroom?
I don't think so, but with that flute, that'll give him a good opportunity to do it. Wait, where are you going, Jet? Are you checking pedestal? I think he's checking the pedestal. No, he's just blind pulling the pedestal. That's what he's doing. I think he's blind pulling the pedestal right now. He's gonna get a lovely piece of heart for his troubles. He can get another one right here. Nah, don't want that one. I want the one at the pedestal.
Interestingly, he'll save time by if you were to check it first. It's a pendant cutscene, so it looks like Jet's trying to get some deductions on his taxes. That's why he got the pendants with some tax break.
And we see the swamp play from Makinx. With that hook shot, makes a lot of sense. Could be a lot of value in here. 6 unique items in swamp. We know Jet has to make his way over to the pyramid. That's an important location. He can combo that with the big bomb. But I think he's gonna go activate his flute for now. And then we could potentially see him go over to Meyer. Could also see him go for the dwarves and hammer pegs and all that. Purple chest, magic bat. That's something we haven't seen. Still a bit to go here.
Yeah, we're still missing Red Cane, Ice Rod. Forgot about that guy. Red Cane, Ice Rod, Bombos, and possibly all still required.
Oh man, if boots are required for Ganon's Tower, I'd say I'd actually give the edge to Jet, because he's cleared all those pendant dungeons. Cleared them, so he actually has. I mean, I guess Makinx has full cleared all of them as well, and he just knows pedestal isn't required. But I don't know. Maybe it's a wash. I guess if like Ice Palace could have it and Makinx like go modes it or something weird. Only a full heart from Magic Bats. And looks like we're going to turn in the mushroom. Okay, doing all the fetch quests.
Let's not
I like it.
forget the most important thing that's happened during this race so far, and that is that both runners have finished pod without a key.
It's impressive. $300, $300 refund at the potion shop here. And Jet's going to Meyer area. Let's see what's in this chest. Ice Rod in Swamp Palace. Pretty useless right now without the red cane. Important. And Bombos. We need Bombos to get into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, once they actually are able to use that Ice Rod for anything, we'll have found all the required items for the seed, except the possible.
Exactly. Now the question is, will Jet jump into Misery Mire? A red cane and Mire can be pretty troll.
Jet will most certainly not be jumping in there, not having hookshot or boots. Won't be able
that
to get to
is
the
a
first
good
room.
point. That is a fair assessment.
Unless he goes in there forgetting he needs.
He can open it up.
Yeah. Can bird toss.
I think he might have forgotten. Like me.
Maybe he just forgot to check the medallion.
Oh, maybe. Okay. Nope. Rip. Here we go, Jet. Let us go into Misery Mire.
Oh wait,
I'll take full credit for this. I embrace the credit for this. West Wing of Swamp from Makinx. Jet's like, oh,
well, yeah, this room. Oops. You got debated by
Red Cane! That's gotta be Kane! Wow, Swamp is loaded right now. Jet really needs to get to that pyramid. Looks like he's gonna go to the Dark World and do the dwarves and hammer pegs and stuff. Could be Bombos over there.
Yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one definitely required thing that we have not seen yet. It's that Bombos medallion. But Jet doesn't even know yet. Oh, Jet still has to go up to Turtle Rock. So we'll see.
Hook shot, man. Like he's like so reluctant to want to do that, which makes sense.
Yeah, but I just mean if he finds hook shot, then he'll possibly go up there before even Swamp. So he's maybe even a little further behind than realize right now.
Has he not done any of this? Oh, I guess he hasn't done this whole loop. So he's gonna do all of this.
And it'll hopefully lead him up to the orange bomb and pyramid.
Now what's funny is he can actually go into Swamp and collect the red cane.
That's true.
That's actually an option for him, which would slow him down significantly, but is a possibility. But yeah, if like dwarves or hammer pegs or something has Bombos, that's gonna give Jet a nice edge here. At least to try to catch up, because right now he's falling behind. I mean, he has done Ice Palace, so that's a pretty big play too. That he has over Makinx, but Makinx is just finishing up Swamp now, which can be very time consuming.
Dodge is my least favorite hot dog. They look like hot dogs, okay? They're like spiders with, like, hot dogs.
Do not agree.
What are you talking about? Do you know what a hot dog looks like?
Disagree.
Agree?
Alright, Makinx almost done with this Argus fight. Gonna check out what these dwarves have. What do we got? 20 bucks. Nice. And a big key from Argus. I'm not sure if have we collected map and compass?
There were a lot of items. I think one of them might still actually be at large and thus in the large chest.
Well, speaking of chests, we're going to take that purple chest for a stroll.
It's Gary's lunchbox.
Makinx is going back in. It's an item.
So
he thinks it is.
He's keeping track. If he wasn't sure, he would have paused it to see if he had map and compass.
Right.
So I don't think purple chest has been checked yet, and it is the season to be giving out those chocolate gold coins, the menorahs on them / Bombos icons.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the Hanukkah geld.
I like how hard you try to stretch for some of these. You try pretty hard, Cross. I gotta give you credit for that.
No, it's a coin. Cause it's food.
Alright, 20 bucks. And some bombs here at Old Stumpy. Where are you going from here, Makinx? I think he's gonna go to Meyer.
Alright, so he's going in.
It's a crystal, it's required. He's got everything he needs to complete it. Yeah, He's got that hook shot and the red cane.
So 2 items in the dungeon where Makinx is heading, and he's gonna hope one of them's Quake. And honestly, I can't think of very many places else that it could be.
Piece of heart.
Maybe the Bombos tablet?
I believe Jet checked that.
Well, he's not checking it now, so hopefully he did.
This is good for Jet, though. It looks like he's decided not to go into Swamp. And he's going to go for the Big Bomb Pyramid Fairy route. So he will find that hook shot, which is great news for him. But he'll probably feel behind. I mean, we're at hour 20 in. And that hook shot was just sitting on the pyramid the whole time.
Yeah. When you find... You know, if you find a really big item like hookshot in a spot that you've had access to for 40 minutes, That's probably the worst feeling when you're in a tournament race.
Right, and he also kind of found that flute late. That wasn't hurting him nearly as much, but he did find it a bit later, so...
Yeah, since he did a lot of Dark World, Overworld routing, that wouldn't have helped terribly much. But it would have saved him a little bit of time here and there, like walking over to the portal to get the pod.
Yeah, it really depends where this Bombos is, but Misery Mire is definitely looking like a good place for it. Alright, Jet about to get his hook shot. Happy for it, but probably panicking a little bit, too.
He can cheer himself up by tickling himself with it.
There you go.
So this tickle beam.
And then you gotta think he's gonna go straight into Swamp. But he may go up to T-Rock and see what the requirement is. See if he needs that Bombos. That could be certainly be a great play, too.
I don't know if it's his MO, though.
Yeah, he just wants to go for crystals, which makes a lot of sense. That's kind of been how he's been playing so far. If he can complete a crystal dungeon, just do it. Just knock it out. Heck, if he can complete a pendant dungeon, just do it. We saw a blind pull by him earlier anyways.
Here's the advantage that Jet has right now is having cleared Ice Palace, but that could turn into a disadvantage if Makinx finds that Bombos and can go mode the Ice Palace.
Exactly. And we did find a big key, so Makinx is going to go do the right side first. Maybe kill Vitreous and then come back for the other items if he has to. When you're missing one item like this, it can be advantageous to just go for these quick locations and not have to do the slow ones.
Did he go, did he get the vanilla big key chest yet?
That's exactly what I was saying. It was basically, basically he's skipping those to try to save time. Maybe even killing Vitreous before doing that. But
what if Vitreous has Bombos, and then the boots are in that? Oh, he just walked. He's definitely going to the left side anyway.
Yeah, he definitely wants to get both of the items there.
It's like, I was thinking, what if Vitreous has Bombos, and this out of the way chest has boots? Never mind. I'm just a cruel person, don't worry about me.
We're both cruel, it's fine. So yeah, it looks like he's putting off Vitreous till the end. Just gonna finish this up, and then maybe we'll find Bombos here? That's what he's hoping for. Maybe we'll find Boots, and that'll unlock a couple things.
So Jet's gonna find a lot of value here, and you know, probably gonna do Mire after this since he's gonna find the red cane. It'll kind of follow the pattern that Jet has displayed so far in this race.
Yeah, he's already checked the requirement for Mire, so he'll know he can full clear it with that hook shot and the red cane. There's the Swagnet at Vanilla Big Key in Mire.
Smugnet.
Where else can we go, Cross? What else can we do? Is it just here at Vitreous?
Thinking. I mean, Jet's already done, like, Magic Bat and such. We've seen Spike Cave. You're sure we've seen Bombos Tablet?
I'm fairly sure. Jet pretty relieved to find that Ice Rod. Doesn't have to keep hunted for it, but still gotta find the Red Cane and Bombos, which we know the Red Cane's in here. And he's going to the West Wing, which is good for him, because that's where it is.
I think Jet's going to be in pretty good shape if Vitreous has Bombos, which right now it seems a certainty. Unless we forgot something.
Well, it could be Boots.
Right, because Boots will unlock more locations.
Right, so, exactly.
I think if Jet goes straight to Mire after this, he's going to look to pretty good shape.
But then Makinx will be go-moding Ice Palace, unless he's concerned about Boots Lock and Gannis Tower. But I think most players will just elect to go-mode it, and then just pray that you don't have that 1 in 22.
But I mean, the other 21 chests are possible locations for Boots.
Exactly, that's true. Which we know, I guess at that point, you know, Boots would be Internal Rock or Gannis Tower.
Escape strats. With all those eyeballs, Vitreous does not see this coming.
Just knock 8 arrows into him. You're done. We still haven't seen Silvers, by the way. So that might be hiding in Gannis Tower.
There's the Bombos indeed, so we are Bootsless right now.
That's potentially go mode. It's like a 95% chance of go mode or something. So, that's pretty hype. All right, Makinx is going to be fluting over to 8, and I think he's just going to knock out Ice Palace as quickly as possible. This could be a close one, Cross. This could be a close one, but I think I give the nod here to Makinx. Because remember, Jet is probably going to go back for that big chest in Swamp. This is a very time-consuming dungeon. While it does have a couple good items, very time-consuming. Shoutouts and thanks to Julian Berlin with the $4.99 sub. Thank you very much.
You know what else Makinx is going to avoid is having the detour to turn in that mushroom.
True, yeah. Those things save little bits of time, for sure. Jet isn't even done with Swamp, and he's still looking.
And he has all of Mire to do.
Go mode this. Exactly. And he's likely going to full clear it, like Makinx did, unless he wants to go for a big Vitreous play. Guess it depends how far behind he thinks he is, but or he could just he might gamble that he doesn't need Bombos because he hasn't checked it.
True.
And then he'll get it. That could be a play that he makes as well.
Detrimental play.
That would actually work out, though.
Oh, if he does Mire first, yeah.
Exactly.
It's like if that Bombos were anywhere else in Mire, that would be bad for him, but since the boss actually dropped.
Exactly.
I think, though, he might... Huh. I just don't know. I'm just gonna sit back and watch. Maybe say a thing or two. Come up with some jokes.
Okay. He might not even go back in for the big chest here.
Right, he might think he's in go mode, yeah.
He might think he's in go mode, exactly. Or he may have to assume it, thinking he's behind. Like,
and with the
that
late
may
flute,
be what he does.
Late flute acquisition, late hookshot get, he may think he's behind.
He's out of here. He's out of here. He's going. He's going for it. He's saying, you know what? I don't think it's Bombos. Now, we know it is.
This is amazing.
But it actually works out for him.
Ignorance is going to play to his advantage. That's so funny. Jet's like, now I can get the Mystery Mire.
Hey, he's opened it up. That's a little bit of a time save.
No matter what Jet's thinking right now, and he just dropped that Bombos, he's gonna sigh a breath of relief. Absolutely.
Oh my god, he's gonna be so excited for that, yeah. Somehow this scenario came up. I did not expect it.
Jet's a whole Mire behind.
Yeah, Makinx making quick work of Cold Stare here with the Tempered. Really nicely done. Got him in those corners.
Where do you recall where the big key was in Misery Mire? Because if that comes up pretty early, that's a lot of...
I think it's in the big room, like on the mesh.
Ah.
I think it's there. So if he checks that early enough, then he'll be in good shape. All right, so Makinx has actually completed Ice Palace and collected his 6th. Math is hard. He is going up to Turtle Rock right now. And he'll be able to do a full clear if he wants. So the boots thing still comes into play here, man. Like, do you go check Mimic Cave? Like, what do you do here?
I think that, I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's just 21 other spots. Like, 21 other spots in, yeah, I mean, there's like, the most likely place for it to be is in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I think it's definitely a fair assessment. So we might just see him do a go mode Turtle Rock. It's the only thing that can really troll here that's left. This GT Big Key. If it's on the torch, these guys are gonna have a painful time.
So yeah, Jet did skip all those other items in Misery Mire there.
Yeah, he decided, you know what? I just have to gamble. 2 out of 3. Little does he know, he's actually going to find that Bombos medallion, and it is required. But in a Turtle Rock we go. Makinx is going for it here. Will we have a quick T-Rock or a slow T-Rock? That's the question. He's still a good ways ahead right now. Jet still has to beat Vitreous and climb all the way up the mountain. And then do the full Turtle Rock clear. Now, Ganon's Tower Big Key location could definitely mess with that, even if it's not on the torch, depending on which direction they go.
There's always that age-old left side or right side question.
Yeah, time will tell. All right, Jet
sneaking in a quick second lightning on Jet there.
Yeah, but there, I'm sure, is a sigh of relief for Jet finding the Bombos medallion on Vitreous.
Vitor!
Vitor hype! That's all the bottles. That's all of them.
Found all 7 reserve tanks.
How convenient. Sometimes you just need a bee. Alright, and Jet is on his way up to Turtle Rock. Makinx still a good ways ahead into Turtle Rock. Jet looking maybe just a few minutes behind. We might also see him check all the Death Mountain chests on the way, maybe? I don't know.
It just depends whether or not he wants to gamble on those boots, but I mean, however you spell it, whatever he decides to do from here, he is for sure behind Makinx.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's not messing around. He just wants to go. He knows that hook shot has really put him behind, and potentially the flute too. I don't feel like the flute really put him behind, but I think going to that pyramid, missing the pyramid, was unfortunate for him. And Makinx says no to the vanilla big key chest. He is just going to try to do this in go mode. Makes a lot of sense. Gotta just believe in boots not required. And Makinx is going for the big chest, because you can get key locked a bit. Like, you can waste some time looking for keys.
Right.
You won't get like hard locked or soft locked. You just
he just wastes time. Like that small key that's supposed to be on the laser bridge, or possibly even to get through the roller room, could be here in this big chest.
Yep. And there it is. So he can actually skip the laser bridge entirely if he wants, which I'm sure he will do. So that is a pretty quick T-Rock, actually. Very nice T-Rock. You even get a B-Tor.
What if Jet, like, checks the laser bridge and finds silver arrows?
Ooh, that could be interesting. Or boots, because that just speeds you up. Even if it's not on the torch. Just lets you go fast.
Yeah.
It's lower impact at this point in the game, because you can't use it as long, but it still helps a lot. With mobility.
Good item for land mode 2, for Armos.
Even just the gauntlet in general. I don't know, but Jet has been playing this like he wants to just rush through this as quickly as possible, just like Makinx is right now. So I don't expect either of these guys to go to Laser Bridge. Ooh, Makinx takes a fall there, but he'll be fine. He's got powder too if he wants to gain some health here.
Ah. Of course, Trinex being one of the less RNG heavy bosses. That is, there are fewer things left up to chance with this fight than some of the other boss fights.
Yep.
So you think Trinex is going to drop boots?
That would be pretty crazy to see, especially if it's on the torch. But I think everybody wants the torch to have the key. Well, okay, everybody wants that first. Then I don't know how there's gonna be a soft lock at this point. It's like GT Big Key doesn't exist.
Or like the big key's on the torch and the boots are in the upstairs.
Upstairs. I don't expect to see that happening.
No, neither do I. What was this, version 4?
Oh, my boy Brian's here, though. It's close enough to boots. It starts with B. Jet also going for this chest, but it looks like we're going to start up our game here. So Makinx is going to Ganon's Tower. There are 22 locations in Ganon's Tower. Guess which chest or location you think the big key is going to be. Typically, if you don't find a key on the right side,
look at all these threes.
It's going to be 3.
There's so many threes.
3 is your magic number if you want it on the torch, generally. But if they do find a key on the right side, it might be something like number 7. Typically, people don't check the tile room immediately. Which, that could also be a pretty troll place if, like, boots are in tile room or something.
What if the boots were in that chest? Did Makinx check the roller pin chest there?
I don't think so.
What if it's boots?
I don't know, man. I don't know. If it's on the torch, we have an interesting game. There's the riot shield and the small key, so we're gonna go right side here.
Jay also skipped the second shield because he didn't do Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, but that riot shield doesn't make a big difference, honestly, like, at this point in the game. If you're not doing laser bridge, which, I mean, maybe we come back for it, but we're not doing it right now.
You know, even if the big key is on the torch, it's kind of like you're searching for boots in Ganon's Tower, so you still have the same right side, left side gamble to search for boots.
Well, there's the gamble of leaving and going back to Turtle Rock. That's a gamble that I could take. Here we go. 4 chests on the right side. 20 bucks, 20 bucks. The map. Ooh, lovely.
If Jet goes
10
left
arrows.
first... Jet goes left first, that's some... Jet could actually be ahead if the big key's in like randomizer room, except that Makinx is mirroring out. I thought he would continue on the ice armos.
No, he wants to know what's on that torch, and we all do. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see, guys. Here we go. It's a small key. Okay.
Boring.
Now, is there even a possibility that like they can get small key blocked by not having boot? I don't think so.
I don't think the way
because there's that door in the middle. Between the two sides. That's unfortunate.
You have to reroute this room without boots. That's kind of funny.
Oh, there's the
Oh,
big
there
key.
it is. So there goes the tile room dream for Jet.
Chest number 8. Makinx says, you know what? That's all I need. Peace. And he is firmly in the lead here, heading up Ganon's Tower. This will force a tiebreaker game in this group. If Makinx clinches this victory, which it looks like he's on a good path to do.
Alright, get your guesses in for Jet. Will he go left first and get it in 4?
Yeah, if he goes to check that torch immediately. So I think I would have probably gone left just first immediately, just to see, because I'd be terrified. But he's been gambling this whole time anyways.
Oh, he's
and
going
looks
left.
like he's gonna go left.
He's gonna save some time in GT.
He is, but Makinx
so
still ahead
it's
by
all
a good couple
execution
minutes.
from here, though.
Yep.
Not gonna say anything about patterns or unfortunate things. I'm just gonna say it's all up to execution.
You just did, Cross. You just did that. You have already cursed them. Can't just like say I'm not gonna say anything about this because you just did. Jet's gonna start from the other side. Will he find the boots? It's a piece of heart and a key.
Hey, I mean that's some time. Or silvers.
Yeah, silvers would be pretty huge actually. I think that would give him more time than boots maybe. But no.
So there are still 4 chests upstairs in Ganon's Tower. Do you think any of them will look for the boots or silver arrows there?
Good question. I think they might check like 1 or 2. Like I think the final chest is worth checking. It's so quick. And maybe the one in upper left of Helmasaur room. That one's pretty quick to get on your way through the door. Silver arrows could definitely save a good bit of time. Makinx is done with the gauntlet. Took down Landmo. Very nicely done. He is heading up. Jet almost at the gauntlet.
How are they gonna have a gauntlet? They're already wearing 2 gloves.
2 pairs of gloves. Or maybe
you
they
can only wear one
only
ring
get
on
one.
each hand.
Yeah. Jet's got some clean gauntlet rooms here. This is the kind of execution he needs. Fortunately, that... oh, the
nice
snipe!
shot.
What? All right, and Makinx is already at these final rooms here in Ganon's Tower. So let's see if he checks these chests. He's going for it. There's Red Rupee, chest number 1. We got a compass. Already found that map. Probably needs the health here, so he's going to switch to powder and probably powder these anti-fairies and bunny beam. Probably check the chest too. $50 gets his magic back. Jet's done with the gauntlet. His execution has been on point. But Makinx is already at Troll Dorm too. Gonna get some revenge here.
A little bit of easier fight with Tempered Sword, just requires a spin and a slash.
He gave us a little fake out there and picks up a piece of heart, so we're going silverless, folks.
Here's a cruddy room to not have boots in, but Makinx showing us how it's done though.
Alright, let's check out this Aga 2. What kind of patterns we're gonna get for both of these guys. Looks like 2 in the first phase for Makinx. Another 1. He's halfway there. Ooh. One more, I think.
Jet's looking for the silvers too. Alright.
Really nicely done by Makinx there. I think one of his hits there counted as a double, so he's done. He's off to fight Ganon. Silverless Ganon. And Jet is almost at Troll Dorm here. Jet is checking some of these chests here at the end. Decides to skip a couple, just moving right along. Troll Dorm down as Makinx enters the Ganon fight. We're talking about spicy barbacoa burritos, of course.
Is that like a bomb-wrapped map?
I guess. Man, Makinx is tanking the damage here to try to get through the phases quickly. I mean, it's working.
Making use of the red mail.
Already on phase 3. He's getting through this pretty quick. Phase 4 is tricky, though. We're going silverless.
Alright. No magic potions either, I don't think. Not really. Probably not going to be that big a deal. It's what, 12 hits?
Yeah, we didn't find half magic either, so that might be buried in Ganon's tower.
You can get 2 hits per torch.
Wait, Light World?
Mimic Cave?
Like, Mimic Cave, or maybe like Bonk Rocks or something?
Oh,
like,
true. It could be locked behind boots.
Jet's just starting the Ganon fight. This is a close one, but Makinx has a clear lead here. Just needs to keep executing on these spins, and he's got this. He's looking good.
I wonder if Jet knows the 3-hit cycle strat. But you need Fire Rod, so it's a little more risky without having a way to refill your magic.
Yeah, and without half magic, that can be a bit tough. Makinx is just going slow and steady. I mean, if he just keeps up this pace, he's going to be good to go.
Jet's on phase 3 already.
Oh, but Makinx has taken down Ganon. Got his final spin there, and he is done. Looks like Makinx is going to take this match over Jet082. Congratulations to Makinx. GG. He is forcing a tie break in this group. Well done, Makinx. Jet just entering phase 4 here. Super close race.
Give the wheel a final spin. I got to head off now. Hopefully we get Makinx in here for an interview with Alucard, and Jet should be finishing up pretty soon. So
Thanks for
I have
joining me,
to
Cross.
sign off a little early. Sorry about that, but it was a pleasure commentating with you, Alucard. Make sure you give my awesome co-commentator a follow. All the Speed Gaming Network, as well as our tracker, Dude, and last, but certainly not least, our 2 runners. So you all have yourselves a fantastic.
Thank you, Cross, for the awesome commentary. And yeah, make sure you're following Cross as well. Awesome commentator, awesome friend. All right, Jet's just finishing up here, so I think we're going to try to get both of these guys in for an interview at the same time. And then we'll close things out here. There's the final spin on Ganon from Jet. He has taken down Ganon. And, man, Makinx finished with a time of 1:48.49. Jet with 1:50.32. So about a minute and a half, minute 40 seconds difference between these two players. GG. Really nice race. Crazy race. Jet missing that hook shot on the pyramid. I think it really came down to that more than anything. I think the flute was definitely impactful too, but not nearly as much. Jet was just running around trying to find that hook shot, trying to find access to Swamp and Mire. That's what did him in, but props to Makinx for taking this one. He is 2-2 now. Both these players are 2-2 and are going to have to do a tiebreaker playoff. El Magus might join them in this group as well, because if El Magus does win against Pryor, it will force a 3-way tiebreaker playoff to get to the group stage. So, and I guess because of what happened, congratulations to Pryor for actually advancing on to the bracket stage. He has guaranteed himself a position there. And here he is, our winner, Makinx. Congratulations, Makinx, on taking the win there and forcing the tiebreaker playoff for the bracket stage. GG. But maybe his mic isn't working, so we'll see. Maybe he can jump in chat or something and chat with you guys. I'm totally talking to myself right now. Well, I think Jet has decided not to join us for an interview, and Makinx is having some mic issues, so I think we're going to leave it at that. I believe we're going to have some more Link to the Past goodness coming at you. So let's quickly look at the schedule. We do have Amazing Ampharos versus Gerdo coming up right now. You're going to have the Shades and Vitasia, an awesome commentary duo there for you. And Amazing Ampharos and Gerdo, very strong players. You're not going to want to miss this one. That's coming up right now. And then we have Act the Boker and I Am the Schwartz on Speed Gaming 3 at 6 p.m. Eastern. Cran Soon versus Zero Rush on Speed Gaming 2 right here on this channel at 7 p.m. Eastern. Going to have Hiei and Tear going through that one with you. And then we also have Gem versus Monochi at 9 a.m. starting tomorrow. We have a bunch of matches. Gem versus Monochi is 9 a.m. Wolfie versus Cransoon, 1 p.m. Sunday, 3 p.m. Feral Pigman versus Sygard. Hippo versus Elminster at 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. Kyong versus I Am the Schwartz. Action-packed weekend full of randomizer goodness. I think with that, I'm just going to leave this to our awesome commentators, Vitasia and Shades, as we get the next run set up. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this ride. It was a really fun race. Make sure you followed both of the runners and my co-commentator Cross Product and Dude on the tracker. And we'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned for more awesome Link to the Past randomizer action.